New coils over on this side. These bolts came out a lot easier. Much easier. Don't want to lose them because I don't have an unlimited supply of these. Speaking of losing, hey gang, working on a car that was running pretty smooth. It's all stock. It's got a TorqHead conversion, and this morning's start, it barely would start. It wouldn't start very well at all. And so I'm just doing the sequential, there's no check engine lights. It's running lean when you look at the O2 sensors. And so I'm going to do three things. First, see how the fuel pump is and fuel pressure. Then check coils and how they, if they're each one is working. And then the third, I guess, is check each fuel injector, that they're not the injector itself, but the signal that they're getting the switch, the signal from the switch. The injectors could be sticky and dirty, but I won't be able to check that. They'll have to get mailed out or swapped out. So, first thing that I already did was check fuel pressure. Well, it's high actually. It's a new regulator. And high, look at that, it goes to 60. Comes back down to 45. I'll run it. I'll run the engine if it starts. Okay, there's that 55 pounds. Way too much pressure, so I gotta back that off. We'll go with that. One last static check. All right, looks like about 45 pounds, 44 pounds, so I'll stick with that. Just so you know how it's been running, you heard earlier, but it sounds like there's a miss. It could be fuel injectors, coils, or either one. So check this out. No foot on the throttle. See, this is a stock motor. It's a stock motor, but see how it's shaking? Just wanted to show that to you and follow along with the troubleshooting. Three things I got to do. First of all, when I'm testing to see if there's coil spark, or if there is switching here where these are at least getting the signal. The fuel injectors are getting the signal. Disconnect at the fuel pump. You'll be able to turn the key and crank it and do the testing that way without any fuel going into the system. Then we got to go? Okay. We're running a little late? Okay. So I'm going to a haircut and I'll be back. Let's see if we get any. Oops. Little bit of fuel left over. See that? That's working. Anyway. I will be back. All right. Back to, got my haircut. Hopefully it looks good. Anyway, back to checking if the fuel injectors are getting signals. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're spitting fuel into the cylinder, because the injectors could be clogged. All right, so I got to go put key on and Then just crank the starter so you don't hear the fuel pump going. And just looking for light flickering. There's one thing on well, let me show you. When you do the first crank, it gives an initial spit on all of them. That's one thing that it's the, I don't know, is it called the cranking fueling? But check it out. You see that double little, so interesting tidbit. Okay. I need to hook up the battery charger so I don't run the battery down. Getting good on 246. You know, something that's 20 years old and these are stock injectors could certainly be clogged up. Doing good on this side. Let's see, number one. Looking good. It's hard to go. One last one. All right, so that's done. Okay, gang, here is the spark test. I hooked up, here, let me make it at wide angle instead of close. I hooked up the battery charger because anyway, I insert this, basically a light bulb in between the coil and the plug wire. I had to do a variety of plugs, spark plug wires. Anyway, make sure you don't touch anything bare or it'll hurt. Anyway, you're looking for spark. You're looking for light. Fuel pump is disconnected. Key is, you know, in the on position so that the whole system is working. I saw a consistent spark there. Okay, no spark, or is it really touching? So what I'm going to do to make sure my wiring is right, I'm going to try this coil that I know is good to make sure this connection is correct. Okay, so that spark plug wire, watch. That spark plug wire, that spark plug number 4, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the coil. That is crazy. Okay, so nothing in number 6. All right, that one's working. Yay. Okay, want to know what my rig is? I have to get a variety of plugs to fit. So this has to go on the spark plug wire. And I just found this to go slide up over there. All right, so just happens to fit. I don't know if it's built for it. And now that I say that, there we go. Anyway, and then on this end, it just goes over the coil. Now I need my starter wire. Let's see what kind of light we get, what kind of spark. Don't touch the bare. we get good spark. Okay. Duh. Oh, that's a bummer. Look, I just pulled off the terminal. I'll leave that off. Got me a new plug wire here. Don't touch that bare part right there. Nothing. Let's see if it works with that coil. It does. So we got a third coil that's bad. Here we go. All right. And then let's verify it's the coil, because we know number 1 works. Yep. They can't be bad coils. I wonder if it's a wiring problem. Not up plugged in, or a ground. Could be a ground. Anyway. Works good. New coil. Is it as simple as a new coil? Okay, so what do we need? Plug this in here. This here. I don't know how old the coils are, or if they're used or whatever. Okay. Well, it is as simple as a bad coil. Let me show you the old one. I don't know if the old one was really bad, but this ground here was corroded. I don't know. Anyway, new coil, good. Let's do a new coil here. I'll show you. I got a bunch of coils from Paul DeBoer, just in case something like this would happen. Wow, is it cross-threaded in there? It could be. Much easier. Okay, now let's. It may have been cross-threaded. Grab a new one. It doesn't look like it was cross-threaded. It looks like it had thread locker. Weird. Well, thread locker, nothing wrong with that. If you know, all you got to do is heat it to, to get the bolt loose. But these are soft-headed bolts anyway, so you don't want to. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Anyway, you don't want to cross-thread this stuff. You don't want the bolts falling out either. Like on number 8 over there, it doesn't have a back bolt holding the coil on, which is fine. Okay. So is this going to work? I sure hope so. It's working. That coil is working. New coils over on this side. These bolts came out a lot easier. Much easier. Don't want to lose them because I don't have an unlimited supply of these. Speaking of losing, Okay, back. We're going to go broad and wide. I'm going to leave that ignition there. Well, already got it. Okay. I'll just start it with the starter switch here and not let it run very long. What do we got? Much smoother, much smoother. That's like it should run. All right. Troubleshooting 101. Hey. All right, guys. Carlo Wine engines. Take care. Good morning. It's the next day, and all the coils have been changed except for number 8. But I decided to check the gap of the crankshaft sensor on the TorqHead, and I thought it was a little loose, so I took one shim out. And now it's how I like it, because this wouldn't start every once in a while. So what I'm going to do is start it this morning fresh, see how she works, and then I want to do some transmission torque converter clutch lockup adjusting, but declare that this car has been tuned and it's done as long as it starts. Yep. It starts. Okay. And that's it. And start fresh. I can only pull a little bit because I got to put the brakes on when I enter this school zone. A little rich, not too bad. That's safe.